Sports Talk kicks off now.
With Mark Watson.
Yes, good evening. Welcome into Sports Talk. The number's 0800 80 1080. I listened to that. I'm angry, I'm disappointed, and I'll be honest, I feel embarrassed. When you look back throughout the history of the All Blacks, I have to say that is probably one of the worst performances I have seen. Let me qualify that for you. We've got more depth in New Zealand rugby than we've probably ever had. Put it in context. Not one forward from the winning Highlanders team is in this All Black team. Australia are in the doldrums. That Australian team that took the field was crap. There's no other way of describing it. It was an awful Australian side on paper, and yet they managed to get up and beat us. Why are we allowed to be so disappointed tonight? And I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're allowed to be disappointed because so much resources put into this All Black team. Players are pulled out of Super Rugby, rest and rotated, just bastardising that competition. ITM Cup is meaningless now. You know, you've got every sports science person associated with sport involved within this All Black team. I said this last week. If there was performance in farting, they'd have someone to monitor that as well. It is the most over-resourced team in New Zealand by a mile. We are making the same mistakes as we made in 1991. We're taking a team too far. We're making the same mistakes we made in 2007 through rest and rotation. We've had this fascination with Dan Carter, haven't we? The spoilt brat. People will go, oh yeah, but look, we saw Lima Sopawanga. We had 3 years to look at a backup. For the last 4 years, we've put New Zealand Rugby Hold on the name of Dan Carter. The likes of our forward pack, Franks, Woodcock, Kieran Reid, Jermaine Kano. We've got to have experience. Experience is only a supplement for talent, not a substitute. Changes need to be made. Blind loyalty is going to cost us this World Cup. It's the only way you can explain it. We've got players in this side who are no longer at their best. By actually resting them, they get slower. They rust. And that's what we're starting to see. We lack athleticism. And the other point we lack, there's no diversity in our game plan whatsoever. We are one-dimensional. That's how I see it. I'm not going to back down on it. There's been enough cheerleaders out there. There's been enough people making excuses for these players. Oh, we'll peak later in the year. That is just coaching speak. That is high-performance sports science rubbish you apply to athletics, trying to apply it to a team game. What, is it going to happen next week, the so-called peak?
Sports Talk.
Mark Watson.